The lights flickered in the old section of Luna Base Alpha. Most people avoided this area, with its cold metal walls and outdated systems. But not Alan Miller. As chief engineer, he knew every corner of the base, even the parts that didn't appear on official maps. Alan checked his tablet again. The power readings didn't make sense. Something in Sector 17 was drawing energy, but that sector had been sealed for almost 300 years. "Hey, Susan, are you seeing this?" Alan called to his assistant. Susan Bradley looked up from her workstation. "Yeah, I've been tracking it for 3 days now. Small at first, but growing. Whatever's down there is waking up." Alan rubbed his tired eyes. At 52, he was nearing retirement age for lunar personnel. He had spent 30 years maintaining the base's systems, but he'd never seen anything like this. "We should report it," Susan suggested. Alan shook his head. "Let's check it out first. Could just be an old system glitch." They gathered their tools and made their way through rarely used corridors. The deeper they went, the colder it became. Their breath formed small clouds in the air. "This area predates the peace treaty," Susan whispered, as if afraid to disturb the silence. "From the war with the Valari." The Valari War had ended centuries ago. Humanity had nearly lost everything. The history books said Earth's forces had managed to fight the alien empire to a standstill, leading to the treaty that now kept the peace among the 1,000 inhabited worlds. They reached a massive door marked with faded warning symbols. Alan waved his security badge, not expecting anything to happen. To his surprise, the ancient door recognized his clearance and slowly opened with a deep groaning sound. Behind the door was a control room filled with technology that looked both ancient and advanced. Screens flickered to life as they entered, showing system diagnostics and status reports. "What is this place?" Susan asked, her voice filled with wonder. Alan moved to the main console. "I think we found something they wanted everyone to forget." Across the room, a large window looked down into darkness. When Alan touched the console, lights activated below, revealing a massive hangar. In the center stood something huge, something made for war. "Is that a Titan?" Susan whispered. The machine below was enormous, at least 50 meters tall. Its metal body resembled a giant armored human, with weapon systems Alan couldn't even recognize. This wasn't like the defense platforms Earth now used. This was something from another time, when humanity fought for its very survival. A notification flashed on Alan's tablet. "Someone's calling from Earth Defense Command. They must have detected our access." When he answered, the stern face of Commander John Hayes appeared on screen. "Miller, what are you doing in Sector 17? "Sir, we detected power anomalies. I didn't realize what was down here." Hayes frowned. "That information is classified. But since you're there, what's the status of the unit?" Before Alan could answer, another alert sounded. This one came from halfway across the solar system. On the colony world of Horizon, Communications Officer Lisa Winters removed her headset with shaking hands. For 8 hours, she had tracked a signal that shouldn't exist. Faint at first, it had grown stronger until she could no longer deny what she was hearing. She walked quickly to Captain Howard's office and entered without knocking. "We're receiving an SOS, sir," she said, her voice trembling. "From Nova Terra." Captain Howard looked up sharply. "That's impossible. Nova Terra was destroyed 30 years ago." Lisa placed her tablet on his desk. "The signal contains proper authentication codes." And a message. The captain read the words on the screen, his face paling. "They've returned. Help us." Back on Luna, Alan stared at the war machine as its systems hummed louder. Lights began to activate across its massive frame. "It's responding to something," Susan said. Commander Hayes' voice cut through their wonder. "The Nemesis protocol has been activated. Stand by for further orders." Below them, the last war Titan humanity had ever built, the one they had hidden away because they feared its power, was waking up. 2 days later, Commander John Hayes stood before the Earth Defense Council, his uniform crisp despite his lack of sleep. The Galactic Council has denied our request to investigate the Nova Terra signal, Council President Maria Vega said, her face grim. They say it's a technical glitch or a trap. They've forbidden any ships from entering that sector. Hayes frowned. Madam President, we have a duty to respond to any distress call from a human colony. Nova Terra was destroyed 30 years ago, said Defense Minister Jack Williams. Everyone died in the reactor accident. Then who sent the SOS? Hayes asked. The authentication codes are valid. From the year the colony fell. And now we have Nemesis activating after 3 centuries of dormancy. This can't be coincidence. President Vega sighed. The Galactic Council reminded us that deploying Nemesis would violate 16 different peace treaties. Hayes stood straighter. With all due respect, if humans are in danger, those treaties might not be worth the data they're stored on. After 2 hours of debate, Hayes left with limited authorization. He could investigate the Nemesis facility but not deploy the Titan. Any action regarding Nova Terra had to wait for Galactic Council approval. On Luna Base, Alan Miller guided Lisa Winters through the ancient control room. She had arrived from Horizon the night before, bringing the complete SOS data. The signal gets stronger every hour, Lisa said, showing him her readings. Something is happening on Nova Terra, or what's left of it. Alan nodded. And whatever it is, it triggered Nemesis. Susan Bradley called from the observation window. The maintenance robots are active. They're servicing the Titan's joints. Hayes arrived minutes later with a small team of specialists. He scanned his highest-level clearance code, and the main system fully activated. A holographic display appeared, showing a woman in an old-style military uniform. Nemesis Defense System online, the hologram said. Identify authorization. Commander John Hayes, Earth Defense Force. Access historical file. What is Nemesis? The hologram flickered. Nemesis is humanity's final line of defense. Created in 2751 during the third phase of the Valari War, it represents the pinnacle of human-alien hybrid technology. Nemesis was designed to be operated by a neural-compatible pilot through direct mind interface. What triggered its current activation sequence? Hayes asked. Long-range sensors detected a Valari energy signature at coordinates matching Nova Terra. This matches programmed threat parameters. The room went silent. The Valari had been peaceful trading partners for centuries. The war was ancient history. That's impossible, Lisa whispered. The Valari helped establish the Galactic Council. They're our allies now. Hayes' face darkened. Show us the sensor data. The hologram displayed a series of energy readings. Lisa compared them to her SOS data and gasped. The patterns match. Whatever's happening at Nova Terra has the same energy signature as Valari weapons. Alan pointed to another screen where the Titan systems were coming online. Nemesis is at 40% power and rising. The AI core is activating too. They called it Guardian, the hologram said. The AI was designed to assist the human pilot, not replace them. Hayes studied the readouts for a long moment. Finally, he made his decision. Mr. Miller, how quickly can this facility be fully operational? Alan checked the systems. 24 hours at this rate. But we don't have a pilot. We have 12 volunteers arriving tomorrow, Hayes said. All top neural compatibility ratings. Lisa stepped forward. Commander, what about the Galactic Council's orders? I have authorization to investigate, which is what we're doing. Hayes looked through the window at the massive war machine. If we find evidence the Valari are attacking humans again, those orders will change very quickly. In the hangar below, Nemesis' eyes glowed blue as more systems came online. Ancient weapons began to hum with power. The war titan that had once made the Valari Empire surrender was waking up, and soon the galaxy would remember why humanity's enemies had feared it. The 12 neural candidates arrived on Luna the next morning. They were the best pilots in Earth's defense forces, each with exceptional mind-machine interface scores. Alan and Susan prepared the testing chamber while Hayes briefed the candidates. Nemesis isn't like the defense platforms you've trained on, Hayes explained. It was built when we were losing the war. The neural connection is deeper than anything we use today. One by one, the pilots entered the chamber and attempted to connect with Nemesis. One by one, they failed. Some couldn't establish any link at all. Others made a weak connection, but were quickly rejected by the Titan systems. "This isn't working," Hayes said after the 10th failure. "What are we missing?" Lisa had been analyzing the SOS data at a nearby console. "Commander, the signal changed again. It's now transmitting a name on repeat. Kate Bauman." Hayes checked his roster. "We don't have anyone by that name." "I know her," Alan said. "She's a junior technician in maintenance. Smart kid, but no combat training." "Get her here," Hayes ordered. Kate Bauman was 24, with short brown hair and eyes that seemed too old for her face. She had been working on Luna Base for only 6 months. "You want me to do what?" she asked when they explained the situation. "Just try the neural interface," Hayes said. "We've tried everyone else." Kate looked nervous as they led her to the chamber. The technicians fitted the neural cap to her head and activated the connection sequence. The room's lights dimmed as power surged. On their monitors, they watched as Kate's neural pattern synchronized perfectly with Nemesis's systems. The connection strength climbed past anything they had seen with the other candidates. In the Titan's hangar, the massive machine's eyes glowed brighter. Its fingers twitched. Inside Kate's mind, a voice spoke. "Hello, pilot. I am Guardian." Kate gasped. "There's someone in here with me." "That's the AI," Alan explained. "Guardian is designed to help you control Nemesis." Through the neural link, Kate saw flashes of memory, the last pilot fighting against Valari ships, the desperate battles, the final standoff that ended the war. She felt the Titan's weapons as if they were extensions of her own body. "I can feel everything," she whispered. "It's alive." "Nemesis is now at 80% power," Susan reported. "All systems are coming online." Before they could continue, an alarm sounded. "Commander," a security officer called, "3 Galactic Council ships have entered lunar orbit. Ambassador Zorn is demanding immediate access to this facility." Hayes cursed. "Stall them as long as you can." Through the neural link, Guardian was sharing more information with Kate. She saw the true purpose of the Titan. Not just a weapon, but a failsafe against extinction. Nemesis had been built not only to fight but to ensure humanity's survival at any cost. "Commander," Kate said, her voice suddenly stronger. "Guardian is showing me something. The Novaterra signal. It's not coming from the planet's surface. It's coming from underground bunkers. There are survivors, and they've been hiding for 30 years. Lisa checked her data. She's right. The signal source is 2 kilometers below where the main colony used to be. "And there's more," Kate continued. "Long-range sensors are detecting a massive energy signature heading toward Novaterra. The pattern matches the Valari flagship from the old war." The room fell silent. Hayes looked at the monitors, then at Kate still connected to Nemesis. "If the Valari are back, and they've been secretly attacking human colonies," Hayes didn't finish the thought. Everyone knew what it meant. The facility shook as something docked above them. Ambassador Zorn had arrived. "Disconnect me," Kate said suddenly. "If they find me linked to Nemesis, they'll shut everything down." As the technicians removed her neural cap, Kate whispered to Hayes, "Guardian told me something else. The Valari didn't sign the peace treaty because of diplomacy. They signed it because they were afraid of Nemesis. And now they think we've forgotten how to use it." Ambassador Zorn was tall and thin with pale blue skin. Like all members of the Iridian species, he moved with careful, measured steps. 4 guards followed him into the control room. "Commander Hayes," Zorn said, "you were ordered not to activate this weapon." Hayes stood his ground. "We're investigating an emergency signal, as is our right under galactic law. The Council has ruled the signal a malfunction, Zorn replied. This facility must be shut down immediately. While they argued, Kate whispered to Alan and Lisa, "We need to get to Novaterra. Guardian showed me the survivors. They won't last much longer." "The Nemesis isn't fully prepared for launch," Alan said. "And we'd need clearance to leave lunar orbit." Kate's eyes hardened. "Then we take it without clearance." Lisa looked shocked. "That's mutiny." "It's rescue," Kate insisted. "If we wait for permission, those people will die." Ambassador Zorn placed a device on the main console. "By authority of the Galactic Council, I am initiating a complete systems lockdown of this facility." Alarms blared as emergency containment protocols activated. The massive doors began to close. "Now," Kate whispered. She ran for the neural chamber with Alan and Lisa close behind. The door sealed behind them just as Zorn's guards reached it. "What are you doing?" Alan asked as Kate put on the neural cap. "Guardian has a backup launch sequence," she explained. "The old pilots used it when communications were jammed during the war." The neural link activated. Kate gasped as her mind merged with Guardian's once more. "Initiating emergency launch protocol." Guardian's voice echoed in her mind. Primary pilot Kate Bauman confirmed. In the hangar below, Nemesis's eyes flashed from blue to red. Emergency launch doors in the lunar surface above began to open. "They're launching the Titan," Zorn shouted, watching the monitors. "Stop them." Hayes moved between the ambassador and the console. "I believe Earth has the right to protect its citizens, Ambassador." "You're violating 17 peace treaties," Zorn warned. "Only if we're wrong about what's happening at Novaterra," Hayes replied. Kate, Alan, and Lisa felt the chamber shudder as it detached from the main facility. It was a compact control pod, designed to fit into Nemesis's head. Through the neural link, Kate directed the Titan to reach up and secure the pod in place. The massive war machine stood to its full height, breaking through restraints that had held it for centuries. Rocket boosters in its legs and back activated. Nemesis shot up through the launch doors and into space. "Course set for Novaterra," Guardian confirmed. Estimated arrival: 14 hours. On the main viewing screen, they saw the Luna base and Earth growing smaller behind them. "We just stole the most powerful weapon ever built," Lisa said, her voice shaking. Alan checked the systems. "The Titan is only at 85% power. Some weapons are still offline." "Guardian says that's enough," Kate replied. "The bigger problem is what we'll find at Novaterra." As Nemesis accelerated to faster-than-light speed, Kate shared what she had learned through the neural link. Novaterra had never been completely destroyed. When the colony's reactor supposedly failed 30 years ago, some colonists had escaped to underground bunkers. They had been hiding ever since, afraid to send distress calls until recently. But hiding from what? Lisa asked. Kate's expression darkened. "From the Valari. The reactor accident was a cover story. The colony was attacked." "That's impossible," Alan said. "The war ended centuries ago." Guardian showed me the truth. The Valari signed the peace treaty because they feared Nemesis, but they never gave up their plans for conquest. They've been secretly eliminating isolated human colonies for decades, making each look like an accident. The Titan raced through space, its massive form a blur of metal and energy. Inside, Kate felt every system through the neural link. The weapons hummed with deadly potential. Nemesis had been built for one purpose: to protect humanity at any cost. Approaching Novaterra, Guardian announced as they dropped out of faster-than-light travel. "Warning: Valari dreadnought detected in orbit." On their screens, they saw it, a massive ship bombarding the planet below. The ship that had been disguised as a peaceful trading vessel near Earth just days ago. The Valari dreadnought was 3 times larger than any ship in Earth's current fleet. Its dark hull absorbed light rather than reflected it. Weapons ports lined its sides, many of them currently firing at the planet below. "They're targeting the bunkers," Kate said, feeling the information flow through her neural link with Guardian. Alan checked the scanners. Life signs in the bombardment zone. About 200 humans. The Valari ship has spotted us, Lisa warned. They're powering up weapons. Through her connection with Nemesis, Kate felt a rush of battle data. The Titan's combat systems offered her dozens of attack options. Guardian's calm voice guided her through them. We're not at full power, Kate told the others. But we have enough. The Valari ship fired first. A beam of energy shot toward Nemesis, but the Titan moved with surprising speed for its size. The beam missed by meters. Return fire, Kate ordered. She felt the weapons charging through her neural link. The sensation was like flexing a muscle she never knew she had. Nemesis raised its arm. A cannon emerged from its forearm, glowing with power. The weapon fired, and a blast of energy struck the Valari ship's main weapons array. The dreadnought's firing stopped immediately. On Earth, news of Nemesis activation had reached the public. People gathered in streets to watch emergency broadcasts. Footage of the massive war Titan, thought to be just a legend from history books, appeared on screens worldwide. Defense Minister Paul Garcia faced reporters outside military headquarters. We can confirm that Nemesis has been activated in response to an emergency situation, Garcia said. Commander Hayes is coordinating with the crew. This is not, I repeat, not an act of aggression toward the Galactic Council. A reporter shouted, Is it true Nemesis is engaging a Valari warship? Garcia's face grew tight. We are investigating reports of unauthorized Valari military action at Novaterra colony. Meanwhile, in deep space, 3 alien ships changed course. They belonged to the Soratu, a species that had also fought against the Valari in the ancient war. Their captains had recognized Nemesis from old records. They were coming to help. In another sector, 4 Valari battle cruisers also adjusted their course. They had orders to destroy Nemesis at any cost. At Novaterra, the damaged Valari dreadnought attempted to retreat. Kate could have destroyed it easily, but Guardian advised caution. Capture yields more information than destruction, the AI said in her mind. Kate directed Nemesis to grab the Valari ship with the Titan's massive hands. The dreadnought, despite its size, was held firmly in Nemesis's grip. Open a channel to the bunkers, Kate told Lisa. The communication screen showed a man with a dirty face and tired eyes. More people crowded behind him, looking at the camera with disbelief. This is Dr. Ben Carter of Novaterra colony, the man said. Who are you? Kate Bauman, piloting Earth Defense Titan Nemesis. We received your SOS. The colonists cheered. Dr. Carter wiped tears from his eyes. We thought Earth had forgotten us. The Valari told us they had destroyed Earth years ago. Kate, Alan, and Lisa exchanged shocked looks. Earth is fine, Alan assured him. How long have the Valari been attacking you? 30 years, Carter replied. Since they sabotaged our reactor and claimed it was an accident. A few of us escaped to the old mining bunkers. We've been hiding ever since. While they talked, Lisa monitored communications channels. Kate, the Valari ship is broadcasting a message. They're sending it across all Galactic Council frequencies. The message was simple but chilling. The abomination has returned. In Kate's mind, Guardian explained. During the war, the Valari called Nemesis the abomination because they could not defeat it. They feared it above all else. The Valari dreadnought suddenly detonated its engines in a suicide attempt. Nemesis released the ship just in time, allowing it to explode at a safe distance. They would rather die than be captured, Guardian commented. This confirms their guilt. As the explosion faded, Lisa's console lit up with alerts. Multiple ships approaching from all directions. 4 Valari battle cruisers from the north. 3 Soratu ships from the east. And from Earth, the EDF flagship Defiance with Commander Hayes on board. Kate felt Nemesis's weapon systems automatically targeting the approaching Valari ships. The real war was about to begin. On the bridge of the Valari command ship, Fleet Admiral Kruval addressed his captains. His gray-scaled skin shifted colors slightly as he spoke, showing his anger. "The humans have awakened Nemesis earlier than expected," Kruval said. "Our plans must now move forward immediately." A captain asked, "Should we still attack the 12 human worlds as planned?" "Yes," Kruval replied. "All at once. Our agents are in place. The humans will not be able to respond in time." What Kruval didn't know was that Nemesis had intercepted and decoded his transmission. Through her neural link, Kate heard every word. "Guardian, can we warn Earth?" Kate asked mentally. "Yes," Guardian replied. "Nemesis contains a quantum communication system. It can send messages instantly across any distance." Kate relayed the information to Alan and Lisa. "We need to warn Hayes about the planned attacks." Lisa looked worried. "The Defiance is still 6 hours away. Earth might not believe us without Hayes to back us up." "Then we'll send proof," Kate said. She connected directly to Earth Defense Command using the quantum system. On Earth, Defense Minister Garcia was surprised when his secure screen suddenly activated without warning. Kate's face appeared. "Minister Garcia, this is Kate Bauman aboard Nemesis. We've intercepted Valari communications. They're planning to attack 12 human worlds simultaneously. I'm sending you the proof now." Garcia watched in shock as data streamed across his screen. Valari battle plans, communication logs, and footage from Novaterra showing the Valari bombardment. "This can't be possible," Garcia muttered. "The Valari are our allies. They've been infiltrating our colonies and government for years," Kate explained. "Guardian says they have agents in Earth's defense systems too." Garcia's eyes widened. He reached for his emergency alert button, but his assistant entered the room before he could press it. "Sir, we have a situation," the assistant said. "Communication has been lost with the Moon Base Alpha." "Who else knows about this?" Garcia asked. "No one yet, sir. I came straight to you." Garcia noticed something odd. His assistant's hand was moving slowly toward his pocket. Acting on instinct, Garcia dove behind his desk, just as the assistant pulled out a weapon. The blast hit the wall where Garcia had been standing. Security rushed in and tackled the assistant. As they fought, the assistant's skin briefly flickered, revealing gray scales underneath. "Valari infiltrator," Garcia shouted. "Lock down all defense systems now." Near Novaterra, Commander Hayes' ship Defiance approached faster than expected. Hayes had pushed the engines beyond safety limits after receiving Kate's warning. 4 Valari cruisers approaching from Sector 7, Lisa reported. "The Soratu ships are moving to intercept 3 of them, but one is still heading straight for us." Through Nemesis' sensors, Kate could see the Valari ships. They were older models, not as large as the dreadnought they had destroyed, but still dangerous. "Guardian, what are our options?" Kate asked mentally. "Nemesis contains a system that was never used in the old war," Guardian replied. "It can temporarily disable all Valari technology within a certain range." "Why wasn't it used before?" "Because it requires sharing your consciousness across all nearby systems. The risk to the pilot was deemed too high." Kate didn't hesitate. "Do it." The neural link deepened. Kate felt her mind expanding outward, touching the approaching Valari ship. She could sense its weapons, engines, even the thoughts of the Valari crew. With a mental command, she shut everything down. The Valari cruiser drifted to a stop in space, all systems dead. The effort left Kate gasping. "It worked," she told Alan and Lisa. "But I can only do one ship at a time." Lisa monitored the communications. The Soratu have engaged the other Valari ships. And look, the Defiance is almost here. On her screen, Kate saw a message from Earth. Defense Minister Garcia had survived the assassination attempt and was now coordinating the defense of the 12 targeted worlds. He had one urgent question. How many more Valari spies are hidden among us? As the Defiance docked with Nemesis, Kate prepared to brief Commander Hayes. The scattered human forces were beginning to unite, but time was running out. Commander Hayes boarded Nemesis through an emergency airlock. His uniform was wrinkled, and dark circles shadowed his eyes. He hadn't slept since Kate had stolen the Titan 3 days ago. "You three have caused quite a mess," he said to Kate, Alan, and Lisa. Despite his stern words, there was a hint of pride in his voice. Kate stood her ground. "Sir, if we had waited for permission, Nova Terra would be gone." Hayes nodded. "I know, and Defense Minister Garcia agrees with you. The evidence you sent has convinced Earth's government that the Valari threat is real." He showed them updated reports. Valari attacks had begun on 7 human colonies. Earth's defense fleet was responding, but they were stretched thin. "We need Nemesis at full power," Hayes said. "Earth's ships are no match for Valari cruisers." Ellen checked the Titan's systems. "We're at 90% now, but there's something Guardian hasn't activated yet." In Kate's mind, Guardian spoke. "There is one weapon system I have not yet revealed. The Singularity Generator." Kate repeated this information to the others. "A what?" Lisa asked. Through their neural connection, Guardian showed Kate how the weapon worked. It could create a tiny black hole that would last for just seconds, long enough to tear apart any ship caught in its gravity well. "Why keep this secret until now?" Kate asked Guardian mentally. "The creators of Nemesis feared this weapon," Guardian replied. "It was meant to be used only if humanity faced extinction. Once activated, it cannot be uninstalled." Hayes reviewed the data on this weapon. "This is beyond anything we've ever developed. No wonder the Valari feared Nemesis." Before they could discuss it further, alarm signals blared. The largest Valari ship they had ever seen emerged from faster-than-light travel. It was nearly as big as Nemesis itself. "That's the Valari Supreme Commander's personal flagship," Guardian told Kate. "The Worldrender." On their screens, they saw the massive ship deploying smaller craft. Hundreds of fighters swarmed toward Nemesis and the human and Soratu ships nearby. All ships, defensive positions, Hayes ordered through the comm system. The Defiance and the 3 Soratu vessels moved to protect Nemesis while Kate prepared the Titan for battle. The neural link deepened as Kate accessed more of Nemesis's combat systems. She felt the Titan's massive arms raise, weapons ports opening across its armored body. "Worldrender is hailing us," Lisa reported. The main screen showed a Valari with elaborate scale patterns that marked him as Supreme Commander Drakan. His yellow eyes narrowed as he saw Kate at the controls. "So this is the new pilot of the abomination," Drakan said. "A mere child." Hayes stepped forward. "This is Commander John Hayes of Earth Defense Force. Your unprovoked attacks on human colonies violate all treaties between our species." Drakan laughed. "Treaties signed under duress are meaningless. The Valari Empire never intended to honor them. We merely waited until your weapon was forgotten." "Why attack us at all?" Kate asked. "The galaxy is big enough for everyone." "Because you are dangerous," Drakan hissed. 300 years ago, your kind built Nemesis, a weapon that should not exist. What would you build given another century of peace? The Valari will not wait to find out." The first wave of Valari fighters reached them. Nemesis swatted several from the sky with a sweep of its massive hand. Others were destroyed by the Defiance's cannons. But the Worldrender itself was approaching, its main weapon charging, a beam that could split the planet in half. "We can't stop that conventionally," Guardian told Kate. "You must decide now about the Singularity Generator." Kate felt the weight of the decision. Using such a weapon would forever change how the galaxy viewed humanity. Through the neural link, she sensed something else, an unexpected capability of Nemesis. The Titan could broadcast everything happening here to every ship and planet in range. "Let them see what the Valari are doing," Kate said. "Let the whole galaxy witness who started this war." With a thought, she activated Nemesis's broadcast systems. Now every world within 50 light-years could watch as the Valari Supreme Commander prepared to destroy them without provocation. As the World Render's weapon reached full charge, Kate made her decision about the singularity generator. Kate's decision came in the final moment. As the World Render's planet-splitting beam began to fire, she activated Nemesis's defense shields rather than the singularity generator. The beam struck the Titan with incredible force. Everyone inside was thrown against their restraints. Warning lights flashed across all systems. Nemesis absorbed the attack, but at great cost. Power levels dropped to 60%. "Why didn't you use the black hole weapon?" Hayes asked, picking himself up from the floor. "Because there's a better way," Kate replied. Through her neural link, she was deep in communication with Guardian. "We can end this without becoming what they fear." The Titan's broadcast system was still active, transmitting to all nearby worlds and ships. Kate spoke, her words carried across the stars. "Supreme Commander Draken, you attacked us because you fear what humanity might become. But look at what the Valari have already become, conquerors who break treaties and destroy peaceful colonies." On screens throughout the galaxy, viewers watched as Kate had Guardian display evidence of every Valari attack on human colonies over the past 30 years. The broadcast showed the Nova Terra survivors and their decades of hiding. "I could destroy your flagship right now," Kate continued. "Nemesis has that power. But then we would just be what you claim we are, monsters who solve problems with ultimate weapons." Guardian spoke in Kate's mind. "The World Render is preparing to fire again. Their weapon requires 10 minutes to recharge. We have 7 minutes remaining." Kate made a bold decision. She had Nemesis reach out with empty hands toward the Valari flagship. "I offer you one chance for peace," she said. "Real peace this time, not built on fear. Withdraw your attacks on human worlds, and we will not activate the singularity generator." Draken's laughter filled the communication channel. "You had your chance to use your weapon and hesitated. Now you will die." "I wasn't hesitating," Kate replied calmly. "I was uploading." Through her neural link, Kate had been sending Guardian's complete tactical analysis of all Valari ships to every military vessel in the galaxy. The broadcast included detailed schematics showing every weakness in Valari technology. "Even if you destroy us," Kate said, "every ship in the galaxy now knows exactly how to defeat Valari vessels. Guardian has analyzed your weaknesses for centuries." On the World Render's bridge, Draken received alarming reports. The 3 Soratu ships had suddenly changed their attack patterns, now targeting specific vulnerable points on Valari fighters. In the distance, ships from 5 other species were approaching, all broadcasting the same message. "The Valari deception ends today." Inside Nemesis, Lisa monitored communications. Earth forces have repelled the Valari attacks on 3 colonies. They're using Guardian's tactical data. Hayes looked at the screens in amazement. The entire galaxy is watching this, and they're choosing sides. From the World Render, Draken hissed in anger. "This changes nothing. Our main weapon will fire in 2 minutes, and your Titan is already damaged." "Then I'll give the galaxy one more thing," Kate said. With a thought, she had Nemesis open a compartment in its chest. A bright blue light shone out. The Titan's power core. Kate exposed it deliberately, creating a vulnerable point. "Everyone watching can see I'm not firing our ultimate weapon, even now," Kate said. "I'm showing that humanity chooses restraint over destruction. What will the Valari choose?" The moment stretched out across the stars. On 100 worlds, people watched the damaged human Titan standing against the Valari flagship, its power core exposed. Draken's command to fire never came. Junior officers on the World Render's bridge looked at their supreme commander, then at the broadcast showing Valari attacks on defenseless colonies. One by one, they stepped away from their posts. "The galaxy has seen the truth," Kate said quietly. "No one will follow you into this war." 2 days later, representatives from 27 species gathered at Earth's orbital station. The Valari Empire had collapsed from within after the broadcasts. Kate attended the meeting inside a smaller version of Nemesis, a diplomatic model built from the Titan's technology. As she entered the chamber, The representatives rose to their feet in silence. It wasn't fear in their eyes, but respect. Humanity had held the power to destroy their enemies and had chosen a better path. The galaxy no longer trembled in fear. It stood in awe.